Hello, guys, and welcome to Valentina's Corner. I am so happy that you're here today. As promised, I wanted to make a separate review for Spirit Airlines. So, this is the first time that we took Spirit Airlines to go all the way from San Diego to Miami. And I have to say that we did not regret our decision. The flight tickets were just perfect in terms of pricing. And guess what? We had enough leg room to stretch our legs, enough room on our seat tables to eat. It was just perfect. And I honestly was quite shocked because of the prices that we paid, I did not think we were going to get such good service. Honestly, the flight attendants were great. They attended to all our needs, and we got to be able to stretch our dollars the way that we wanted. One of the things that happens with these low fare flights is that they allow you to spend money in the way that you want. So for other flights like United or American Airlines, you pay more because all of the amenities are included in your price, in the ticket that you pay. But for Spirit Airlines or flights like Frontier, they allow you to use your money the way you want. So you're paying just to get to where you need to get to in your seat. But then when it comes to like food, such as even drinks like tea, hot chocolate, snacks, you're going to have to pay for those things. If you're traveling domestic for Spirit, one thing I've noticed is that their menu includes things like more such as snacks and then sodas, juices, not really like lunch boxes. I'm not sure what they do for flights that are over 8 hours, but for us, it was less than 5 hours. So these were the options that we had, and we were happy with them. One of the things that we enjoyed too was the fact that the flight was pretty calm and it was just easy. They didn't take too long in explaining the emergency things that you'd have to do in a case of an emergency, but everything was straightforward. Everything was really, really good and just straight to the point. We had no problems. One of the things that I noticed was that in purchasing our tickets to fly to Miami, it wasn't quite clear if we already had seats assigned or not, or if we were just to go there and have to pick seats at the airport. So what I did was I went ahead and called and asked for their specifications on how they do things, and they let me know that we had the options of purchasing seats so that at the point of our arrival at the airport, we wouldn't have to like scramble for where we would sit. So that was the one thing that was a bit different from the rest of the flights that I have used to taking. One of the things that we made sure, especially when you're traveling with children, is that we were close enough to the bathroom as possible, because if I had to get up and go to the bathroom and then my daughter didn't have to, then I knew that she was close by and she wouldn't be so scared. And, vice versa, if she had to go, then we would be close enough for her to go to the restroom. But overall, our trip was really, really great. The only one thing I would say that was a bit disturbing was the fact that I paid for Wi-Fi and we did not really get the Wi-Fi we expected. Going to Miami from San Diego to Las Vegas, because we had to stop there, it was okay for a little bit, but from Las Vegas to Miami, which obviously was the longest flight, was the 4-hour flight, Wi-Fi wasn't working, and the same thing was on our return back from Miami to San Diego. So that part I wasn't quite happy about, because we had to pay for Wi-Fi for each item, and so that was not so cool. But besides that, I must say that the flight exceeded my expectations. The seats obviously were not packed with memory foam and leather that was super comfortable, but you know what? It wasn't needed because the flight wasn't so long. It was fine. The seats were good enough for us to sit and be comfortable enough to get to where we needed to be. We had enough leg room. We didn't have to pay for any additional leg room. I didn't feel like I needed to pay for anything extra. Everything was just fine. And on top of it all, it was comfortable enough that I was able to read. My daughter was able to take her naps. I took a couple naps too. It was just great. So if you are ever thinking about using Spirit Airlines, do not be afraid, y'all. It is great. You get what you pay for. There are no scams. There are no ripoffs. The main thing is read. And if you are not sure of something, make sure that you call and you ask. You need to know though that with Spirit Airlines, you will be purchasing your check-in bags, obviously, like every other flight. However, for your carry-on bags, which is unlike many other flights. You have to pay for that too. And in many cases, your carry-on bag will be more expensive than your check-in bag. And I think it's all because of spacing. They're trying to make sure people are conscious of how many items you're bringing in onto the plane, because they are very conscious of the space limitations on the planes. So that's one thing that you need to know. You will be paying for check-in bags like every other flight, but you'll also be paying for any carry-on bags, which is unlike usual flights. You are allowed to bring in a personal item, which is like a backpack or like a small purse. And I definitely recommend you go in and make sure that you check the dimensions every time you take a new flight with Spirit, because the dimensions might change. But that's the only free thing you're able to bring, a backpack or a personal item like a purse. The rest you're gonna have to pay for it, because like mentioned, Spirit Airlines, you're basically paying only for getting to where you need to get to, nothing else. There's no amenity included. So yes, there you have it. That's my review of Spirit Airlines. If you have any comments, any suggestions, write them down below and let me know what your experience was if you ever took Spirit Airlines. Thank you so much for stopping by. Take care. Bye-bye.